I just spent 7 days listening and ranking every Juice WRLD leak in existence. With almost 1,000 tracks included in the tier list, I finally narrowed it down to the top 100 leaks of all time. A few years ago, I ranked every released Juice WRLD song, and since then it's become my biggest video on my channel. And now it's time for the follow-up, ranking every leak.
Rental, it's just a rental. I'm not with all the sentimentals. Just keep it simple. Yeah, fuck you paid me. Yeah. Fuck you paid me.
Juice WRLD is my third favorite artist of all time. He's a big part of my life and my presence on the internet. So I wanted to make sure this ranking was as detailed and well put together as I could possibly make it. Throughout this video, I'll be giving a deep dive through the history of every leak on my list and why they hold so much importance to fans, all while sharing some of the rarest information about Juice WRLD you probably don't know. And of course, this is my list. I expect you to disagree. So when you have your own opinions, feel free to share them down below and I'll try my best to get back to you. But let's waste no time and start with the song that just barely made my list.
Let us sing like Mariah. Everywhere I go, keep the fire.
Made It Work. One of Juice's most iconic grails. The Thriller-styled snippet was one of the last things he ever posted before he passed, making it even more legendary.
Everything, so many blessings in my life. Yeah, still keep a pipe, cause niggas love to.
The song is insanely replayable and showcases Juice being very confident, flaunting his wealth and success.
You never switch, nigga. Heard your boyfriend was a bitch.
Never Switch, a grail for many years. Juice first previewed Never Switch in February of 2018. Fan favorite for years, and we finally got it alongside Toxic Humans, another huge grail. Now, which one is better between the two? It's gotta be Never Switch. I know most people say Toxic Humans. It's still a solid track, but unfortunately it did not make my top 100. It's worth noting that leakers wanted to open a group buy for this for over $40,000, but it was soon to be canceled. It's unknown exactly how much the song was actually bought for.
I'll get back on the time to relapse again.
Relapse. Sounds like something Juice could have easily released, even if it doesn't really fit into one of his albums. I love how many different flows and voices he uses throughout the track. I specifically like this part a lot.
Start off the perks like, yeah. 40
Relapse was previewed multiple times by his friends. And even Our Generation Music posted about it. Ha Ha, a much more simple song. Some people probably won't like that it made my list, but to be honest, I really don't mind the simple tracks. There's gonna be a lot more on here that are simple. In the chorus, he says, "I'm laughing to the bank, ha ha." This is clearly a reference to Chief Keef's song, Laughin' to the Bank. A track that I love to send my friends when their favorite sports team loses in the playoffs. But Juice grew up in Chicago, and one of his favorite artists is in fact Chief Keef, who also grew up in Chicago, so it only makes sense. He's even performed his music before. Spanglage. Even though details like group buy price and studio session info aren't fully confirmed, fans love the song for its melodic freestyle feel and the way Juice smoothly switches between singing and rapping. A big thing I noticed after listening to every leak is that his release catalog doesn't fully show how good of a rapper Juice actually was. Sure, yes, we got Juice rapping on radio stations for an hour, but there's always been this misconception that all he made was sad music. And I think the posthumous album Fighting Demons only pushed that narrative further. Listening to every leak made me realize he was just as much of a rapper as he was a melodic artist. Spanglish had one studio snippet of Juice dancing to it.
Now I see through the darkness, slimy.
On tour, Juice talks about being emotionally detached to his partner, while also diving into drugs, love, and darkness in a really beautiful way. Also, this is the 4th WRLD on Drugs era song in a row. When it comes to his eras, WRLD on Drugs ended up being my favorite era for his leaks, with Outsiders being probably right behind it. I think Goodbye and Good Riddance probably had the highest highs, but it's also the most inconsistent. And the Death Race for Love leaks, while good, are probably still my least favorite. It was a very big hit or miss.
It says nicotine, red promethazine, good sex, fast car.
Remind Me of the Summer. This might be one of Juice's realest songs he never wrote. In this song itself, Juice talks about his addiction with the lines like, "Thinking back, it probably started with a Vyvanse. Now I'm staring at Oxycontin in my hand. Juice often talked about his addictions in interviews. And in the Into the Abyss documentary, he explained how he was prescribed ADHD medication at a young age, and it pulled him to do harder drugs after. His addictions dated all the way back to 6th grade, and he often mentioned artists like Future influencing him at an early age. It's easy to understand why this is considered one of his best unreleased songs. There was only one known studio snippet before it leaked.
My bitch, she better than y'all. Rack my bitch, my bitch.
LOL. If you're a fan of rapping Juice, I could definitely see you loving this one. Her boyfriend like McDonald's ice cream machine, never on. Juice collaborated with McDonald's for their Antidote for Good charity campaign and was rewarded an unlimited lifetime McDonald's gift card, which we could only make the assumption that he used it a lot. There's even a claim that Juice didn't finish the song Where to Go because of a Oreo McFlurry, which is what caused the track to be a hook only. Crazy enough, it was later confirmed that he actually never used his unlimited gift card, instead spending over $100,000 on Postmates through DoorDash during long studio sessions for everyone around him. And yes, I said $100 grand a month on DoorDash.
Wait me, please. You get in that mindset.
So what? This is the first of several songs that'll be about Juice's ex-girlfriend Alexia Smith, better known as Starfire, who is also a music artist. Juice definitely had an interesting dating history. I talked about Bella in my original ranking, which is the girl that he made Goodbye and Good Riddance about, who was only 14 years old while he was a senior in high school. Yeah, not good. And then of course there's Ali Lottie, which, oh my fucking god, never knew it could get this bad after he passed. A lot of fans like to say that Starfire was the best relationship that Juice had, but even that came with controversy. After Juice started blowing up, Starfire made an exposing video saying that the fame changed him and accused him of cheating. She also claimed he lied about Bella's age during their relationship, which, yeah, those things should be something to bring up. Some fans defend Starfire, while others believe she was only around Juice for the money and the free flights. The biggest critic is her, of course, being a groupie. She was around the ULT house and was being around members only. There's even surface images online showing her having some sort of sexual relationship with people of the likes of XXXTentacion. But yet again, you can say the same thing for Ali Lottie. She was around rappers like Smoke Perp, Little Skies, Little Mosey, Kodak Black, and Offset before Juice cuffed her. It's so easy to bash these women like the community does, but these are still the women that he chose to date despite knowing about these things. Everyone has their own opinion on it, but either way, songs like Smile prove just how much inspiration Starfire had on his music. And there's a ton of amazing unreleased songs about her that you're about to see on my list. So What was previewed once by Juice and once by Starfire. All Out. The intro features a phone call between Juice and Ali near the beginning of their relationship,
She got dogs and shit in the background,
which seemed to be the girl Juice was most in love with, tattooing her name all over him, singing to her on stage, changing the words for her. And while the entire community hates Ali, which is reasonable, a lot of fans like to blame her for Juice's passing, saying how she enabled Juice's addiction, supplying him with drugs. But to be fair, I'm gonna say again, but Juice was his own person. He made his own decisions, and both of them struggled with addiction. And unfortunately, they enabled each other. I also think Juice had reached a level of fame and success where few people were willing to seriously confront him about it and to let him know just how bad things have gotten. It's sad to think about it because I genuinely believe Juice had a good heart. He was just a lost person dealing with addiction while also being one of the most talented and impactful artists of his generation. All Out had one snippet of Juice recording Fruit for some reason, and then once of him singing the lyrics.
I'ma shoot a motherfucker, feel vibes, boo. I'ma do that motherfucker when I'm beside you. Kisses off disaster. Bad romance.
Bad Romance. Simple lyrics yet very catchy. Bad Romance was previewed on Juice's Insta story in 2018.
You lie when you tell me that you want it from oversprung. The two words I don't ever wanna hear is we're done.
Oversprung. It's really easy to dictate which tracks are from the Outsiders era. The mixing sounds completely different from others. Outsiders might have some of his best love songs, including this track right here. The chorus says, "There ain't no way I'll make my way home without you here, because you're my home." Home is used as a metaphor for his girlfriend Allie, who happens to have the tattoo that says, "My home is here."
Check a bag like airport security. I need a private jet.
Airport security. Blessed Boys was rumored to be a collab tape between Juice and Lil Yachty. While I love Airport Security, the tracks between this duo have not been very good. Actually, they were awful, if I want to be completely honest. Listening to songs like Nuck If You Buck, Hot Ham, and Fuck What You Sayin' were some of the worst Juice WRLD leaks I ranked on my tier list.
This is like really garbage. Wow. Really, really shit.
Apparently, Lil Yachty sent the 12-song project to Aiden Ross back in July of 2021.
Yachty and Juice have an entire, I don't know if it's a project. Yachty and Juice have a full 12 songs, and he sent me the whole thing. So it's called what is it called? Blessed Boys, I think.
Big swag. Now, I absolutely use no fan-made stems in my leak tier lists, besides official label stems, which label stems are very common in posthumous music. However, I was listening to a remix of this song for years, and they just titled it Sauce on Her. I clearly love both versions though, and now that I know that this is the official one, I only listen to this version.
Get my cat, told her I'm stuck in my way.
Tough talk. This doesn't really sound like a Heartbroken in Hollywood song, though it was recorded in that era. To be real, I wasn't feeling it at first on stream, but it just kept growing on me as the song picked up.
I was hating that first, so you really picked up an energy, bro. Damn.
I've often found the second verse of almost all of his songs were always the best portions of the tracks. I think it's morely because Juice gets comfortable and gets completely into rhythm by that time. Somehow this song worked for me. Maybe it's because it has some X vibes because X is my goat, so maybe it's that and that's why I love it. And there was just one snippet that surfaced after Juice's passing from a friend. Another way. While this song has an open verse, it will not affect my rankings on any of the tracks. I find it pretty unfair to rank leaks based on opens in the track's mixing because these are leaks and that's completely unfair because they're not official songs.
I got range. She play games, she hyper, she love cocaine.
Game was often regarded as one of the tracks Juice wanted to drop since he would regularly play at concerts during his Goodbye and Good Riddance tour.
Let's play a game, sniper.
He compares himself to Midas, no, not the guy from Fortnite, but from Greek mythology, explaining that he had a gift of whatever he touched would turn to gold. But in the Fortnite world, I will say the Fortnite Pro, I guess, retired, but Tfue actually once used Game as the outro for one of his videos.
Let's play a game, big bang, take a little bang.
Tfue's plugging GFuel, so use code Jivo. Sorry. Since Juice's passing, Fortnite has done an incredible job honoring his legacy with an in-game concert, a dedicated map location, emotes, music tracks, and 2 skins, one of which players could unlock completely for free for a limited time. They even released an amazing Fortnite-themed music video for Empty Out Your Pockets, which I ranked as one of Juice's best songs in my Redux.
Listen to the tales of the toxic.
Gather round.
Tales of the Toxic. The intro uses a sample from the movie The Last Man on Earth in 1964.
Will you do if I am infected? Cure me?
Juice and his producers would regularly use samples for beats, but wasn't regularly using vocal samples. This track has Juice beg for mercy from his demons while touching on his struggles with substance abuse. Tales of the Toxic had one snippet of Juice calmly looking at the camera.
Feel the real Lord. Pain in these veins, bullets tear, leave a stain.
Bigger, or Biscotti in the Air. Yeah, I think any Juice song that starts with Smoking Cookie Crisp is gonna end up being a good song. This was a highly anticipated track to be leaked and was first previewed by Juice in July of 2019.
In my recliner chair, put a Biscotti in a bitch.
Biscotti in the Air was hinted to be released by Juice's team on The Party Never Ends. However, it appeared Juice's manager Bibby didn't want the song on the album. And that had to piss off some people because a day later after Bibby's disapproval, the song was leaked entirely, which resulted in him tweeting lyrics from the track. There's also a video from Chris Long of Juice rapping the song.
Pop that 30, not that 10, I need a bigger itch. House in the A with a pool in the lake, fuck a bank, cause I'm having to save. Remember back in the days I was broke.
Double Date. Juice reflects on the success in the industry and the drastic difference between his life in Chicago to the life of a successful artist. I think without the chorus, it wouldn't have made my top 100. The flow is just crazy. The song was only previewed by producers before its eventual leak years later.
When I undress and caress you, got a nigga blessed like Hutch.
Forever Left You. More great vibes of a song about broken relationships. This was once previewed by his ex-girlfriend Starfire. AP TikTok. The track was first previewed in February of 2019 by Chris Long, who's become one of the biggest figures in the Juice community through his behind-the-scenes footage and unheard studio freestyles. It was later previewed again by the producer Season. I really like the unique hook on this one. It sounds so different from most of Juice's catalog, and I love that you can clearly tell he enjoyed making it. Prime Time. For a while, I actually thought this song was lost media, but there was in fact a snippet posted to one of Juice's friend's Snapchat stories back in 2018. Speaking of Chris Long, footage surfaced this year of him and Ali listening to Prime in 2019. It's really nice seeing Juice enjoy some of his unreleased music, considering just how much he recorded, so it's nice to look back on. Pokemon. This was actually my first time hearing this leak, since it's pretty new, and I ended up really liking it. The ad-libs throughout the chorus are great too. He even says, "On the dirt bike, I drive like a race." Juice had a known passion for dirt bikes and four-wheelers.
On everything. These bitches stupid. No capping. Yeah. Damn.
Even having another unheard leak called Bike Life. Riding dirt bikes and four-wheelers was a big hobby of Juice to take a break from the studio.
I was riding dirt bikes and I crashed. I pretty much wrecked it. This nigga crashed. I crashed into this lady's bushes.
This nigga crashed into some old lady bushes
and I came
on
back.
A motorbike. He came back like, yeah, nothing really happened. I kind of hit. He was like, I kind of hit some bushes, but the lady just came outside and was like, chill, nigga. What really happened? Yeah, boom, boom. That lady was like, "You crashed into my house."
Yeah, I crashed. Yeah. Her head's fucked up, snorted the wrong lines. Remember.
Slasher. Wish we got more Southside and Juice collabs. The only release song we got is Honestly with G Herbo, which is not very good. Slasher leaked all the way back in early 2018, so it's been a fan favorite for years.
Pussy good, got me hooked. I'm a drug addict.
Give Me My Fix. Despite the title, this isn't really about drugs. It's morely talking about being addicted to his partner. Fell in love with her like my new paddock. That's gotta be a Uzi reference, right? And we got some more Uncle Ruckus Juice material.
That white people money, you know that I'm a nigga, right? You know that I'm that nigga, right?
I swear, this happened way too much from Juice. Give Me My Fix was previewed 3 times, 2 in the car and once on Instagram Live.
I'm a drug addict. I said, bitch, give me my fix. Cause I'm wild. She just wanna kick it like a pipe down.
Chimp. Juice compares himself as a rock star like Ozzy Osbourne. And I think this song really highlights how much the SoundCloud era shifted rap's influences. Instead of only looking up to other rappers, a lot of artists were inspired by rock bands, which is where the whole rock star narrative came from the SoundCloud era. Juice's influences range from Billy Idol and Black Sabbath to Blink-182, the All-American Rejects, Escape the Fate, Bullet for My Valentine, Since His Fail, Panic at the Disco, Fall Out Boy, and Paramore. Now, while while that's a big list, Juice wasn't just inspired by rock. He clearly was inspired by a lot of rap artists as well. I already mentioned his love for Future, but he also loved rappers of the likes of Eminem, Kanye, Lil Wayne, and Kid Cudi. Also, I need to note, this Pierre beat with Juice is so hard. If we had another Playboi Carti feature, I'd love to hear early Carti as a feature on this. Chimp had a no jumper snippet in the car. Also had one in the studio. One of him on the boat. And even his manager Lil Bibby previewed it. Hey Mister. I never really cared for the original Hey Mister from Ski Mask. I always felt there was something missing, and that missing piece was in fact Juice WRLD. The ad-libs for me completely transformed the hook, and Juice as well drops a really good verse. We don't truly know why Juice's part was removed. It's rumored that they wanted this on their collab album Evil Twins, which never saw the light of day, and probably won't ever, since DJ Scheme later confirmed it was never finished. There were many snippets of Hey Mister from people like Chris Long, DJ Scheme, and Ski himself. Ski Mask recently did say the song would drop alongside the Get Geeked remix in December of 2025, but we haven't gotten anything yet. Speed Me Up. This was such a missed opportunity by Paramount. The song was reportedly intended for the Sonic the Hedgehog movie back in 2020 and was recorded just 1 month before Juice passed. The lyrics are packed with Sonic references, making it a perfect fit. There's been 2 more Sonic movies since then, and they still haven't used it. I highly doubt it would happen, but it would be really cool seeing the song in the upcoming Sonic movie in 2027. Like, they already used Juice's song Hide for the Into the Spider-Verse soundtrack, a song that they even used in the actual movie while he was alive.
Miles, what is going on with you?
So I don't see why this song can't be included. It's a perfect fit, like it actually is. I'm not even trying to be biased.
Guess what, Eggman? I'm not leaving Earth. You are.
There's also a version with Oliver Tree, Corday, and Wiz Khalifa, which I don't care for at all.
So I run
For the dumbest things on. Be my company.
IDK might be the most emotional love song through his unreleased discography. I specifically like this part a lot.
Young forever, are you fountain? ADW, I can take your hoe like I take the W.
Circles. I remember they were hating back in high school. Now these fellas wishing they can do what I do. Back in the day, girl, I would have wifed you. Now I want to Lil Yachty One Night You. One Night by Lil Yachty might be my most replayed song back in middle school. He also makes a reference to his first breakout hit. She tell me all girls aren't the same. I've seen a bunch of you. Overall, Circles is just another insanely catchy leak.
In my casket, and some perkies in my ratchet.
Coding Casket. There's a funny clip of Juice singing this on a live stream, changing the lyrics.
Make sure you put codeine in my casket and some perky in my ratchet. We can have it. I'm a savage. Niggas let her leak my music.
These lyrics shouldn't be taken seriously. The song is deadass about Juice wanting drugs in his casket when he dies. It's very random, but it's a vibe. Juice even calls back to his famous song Lucid Dreams. I still see your shadows in my room, wake up in the morning and you're not there. There was only one snippet of Coding Casket of him in the studio.
The devil can make you go.
On Your Mind, or for what I know it as, Dark Thoughts. Loved by most Juice fans for its eerie vibe, especially towards the end of the track. This was one of my favorite leaks back in the day. I just grew out of it a little. I still love it though. Juice once previewed this with Ali.
Feel like a giant around these little ass niggas. Nigga know FIFA for.
Fenty. No, it's not about the drug. It's actually referring to Fenty, a cosmetic brand by Rihanna. Juice seemed to absolutely love this song, with there being 7 snippets of him vibing and dancing to the track.
Molly and Rice. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
Rockets, or Miss Jackson. Juice WRLD's take on the song Miss Jackson by Outkast, and it sounds completely different from almost everything else in his catalog. Although recorded in 2018, it seemed he wanted to make this song for a while via a tweet from 2016 with the lyrics of the song. Although I haven't mentioned it, there's been an absurd amount of studio sessions for these leaks, including this one, where you can hear the entire process of how he records his music without writing anything down.
For a first date, should've never went there in the first place. Drive off the bridge, baby, burn it after me. Maybe you
Left shares the same instrumental as My Life in a Nutshell, originally known as Pain Heal. And I actually like Left more. That might be crazy. I'm curious how you guys feel about that take. It's overall better. Maybe it's because I listen to My Life in a Nutshell a lot, but I'm not sure. The first verse says, "It's funny when they tell me I'm a sad boy. Bitch, what you think I'm using all the drugs for?" That's not really helping the whole corny emo assumption. But seriously, listen to this track. The second verse is so addicting and was by far the best part of the track.
you know you make me. You tell me to shut up, I tell you to make me.
The song was in fact previewed in April of 2018.
When I tell you that you were my everything. Niggas hate me, yeah, like it's HD, yeah, I'ma make
Forwards, or Pay Me. I'm just obsessed with Juice aggressively singing on these leaks. I love the snippet for this track because when he was previewing it, he just seemed so happy and confident.
Niggas hate me, yeah, like it's HD, yeah, I'ma make it clear. Toxic relationships got me killing myself on the phone with the therapist.
Life Chase. Bit of a streak for Goodbye and Good Riddance era leaks. Life Chase is just about modern love not having committed relationships and how Juice hates it but still partakes in it.
So many drugs in my body, I'm exhausted. I got thugs.
Push originally had this song sitting at 99, barely making my list. But as I was doing this, I kept listening to the track and it just kept climbing on my list. And the dry vocal mix sounds very good. All my fans telling me that I should drop shit. What you want? I got options. 50 albums in my pocket. To be real, spending 7 days straight listening to every leak, there could have been even more albums. I ended up ranking 914 songs. That's 61 albums with 15 songs on each. I need to make it clear that I didn't include everything. There's roughly like 1,600 leaks floating around, but you have to understand that a lot of leaks do have multiple versions. Like on the top of my head, Animal has like 8 versions to it. I also didn't include hooks only. I'm just stating that because it did take me 53 hours to listen and rank every leak, but there's always going to be those people in the comments saying it should have been longer. And to show proof I did this, I will be providing all stream footage on an internet archive. So if you want to see my reaction to any track, it's all sorted A to Z. There was only one snippet of Bush, and it was him on his tour bus.
I remember when no shopping, now I cop shit. Where did you go?
Eye Contact, Mind Control. The title might be a callback to Eye Contact from Juice's 999 EP. He also shows his love for Blink-182 here. There were 2 snippets of this track, one from Adam22 and one by Juice himself.
Yeah, I be working on night and day.
Keep Safe, or Murder Rate. More aggressive Juice leaks as he's comparing getting a high to a murder rate. The main verse is actually one of my favorite verses from Juice ever.
Give him the Mac 11 with the cooling kit. Oh, my niggas coming for you.
Juice mentioned wanting to send this to Gunna, which is why the second verse was left open. He clearly loved the beat because he ended up making several freestyles on the open, being 5 in total.
I'm in my sprinter and I got no sprinter. Usain Bolt, bitch, I be winning.
All of which you can find on Chris Long's YouTube channel.
Busy making money. These niggas, they making assumptions. I know how they come.
This track was even previewed around Trippie Redd.
I'm gonna kill it. Go ahead and bury it. I got my gun on the moon right here. Trust her.
Fade Away, or Scars. One of the more sad snippets, which had his manager Bibby recording, handing him oxycontins, saying, "Hey Juice, here you go." It's very sad seeing him enable Juice to do drugs early on in his career.
caddy. Last month I took 56 Roxys. Last month I took
Attachments. The song was thought of been to be recorded for Thug's and Juice's collab album Slime World. I've said in my original Juice ranking that a Thug and Juice project would have been way more interesting than what we got for World on Drugs with Juice and Future, which I still agree on. There has been a few teasers, first previewed by No Jumper, then by Ali, and then Juice himself. There's no telling if the album or this song will ever be released. However, there was a live stream with Aiden Ross and Young Thug, where Juice's manager Pete apparently texted Aiden to ask Thug if they could finally drop the tape.
Pete from Grade A just said, tell Thug, let's put out a mixtape with all the Juice songs.
All the Juice?
Because you have unheard Juice, you probably.
Absolutely.
So Pete just texted me, he said, ask Thug if we could put out a mixtape with all the Juice songs.
Absolutely.
Oh shit. That's fire.
Then the next day, Pete posted an Instagram story with a snake and earth emoji, hinting at it. But nothing has happened yet.
I'm a little high, but I'm okay.
Billy Idol. Random references to pop culture things like Transformers, LeBron James, and of course, Billy Idol. It's fun. It's simple, but it's a fun song.
It's hard to find. I'll wait for her to come find.
Confide. Juice seemed to really want to drop this, being previewed 10 times. With 7 of them being from Juice. Even the producer Season claimed the song would end up dropping.
Confide will drop, mark my word, the song will drop. There's no release date on it. Who knows if he gonna put it on the project? I don't know. Y'all asking me. All I did was produce the song. I have no control over when it's released or not like that. Which I understand because the song fire as fuck. I have the song, Juice have the song, and I think that's about it. I think Bibby got it, Sean got it, a few other people, but... And I don't want that shit to leak, so I'm not sending it nowhere else. So.
And then after Juice passed, Season then played the entirety of this song on IG Live, mourning his death. Fire My Lungs. Believed to be one of the centerpieces for his album Outsiders. Juice previewed it multiple times, even making it a full Instagram post on July 23rd, teasing his interest in dropping it. If y'all didn't know, Outsiders was supposed to drop on his birthday, but never ended up dropping due to it possibly being unfinished. The lyrics fit the album's overall theme perfectly. Juice explained that Outsiders was about feeling like you don't belong, coping with isolation through drugs, and connecting with people who felt like outsiders themselves.
Backwoods, dank roll, big ass bankroll.
Ronald or 1-2. A lot of people think that this is the only Juice and Cardi collaboration, but there's actually another leak called That's a 50. Which isn't very good. The YouTuber June Plug, who is a fellow YouTube friend of mine, who I even made a video with, ranked the top 100 Cardi leaks, where he placed this song as his favorite Cardi and Juice leak of all time.
1-2 is my favorite Cardi leak of all time. It's the only song that features my 2 favorite artists, Cardi and Juice WRLD, but I'm not being biased with this placement. The song is just absolutely incredible.
While this is my first time ranking someone's leaked discography, I did rank my favorite Cardi leaks in my massive Playboi Carti ranking, which somehow ended up becoming the longest Playboi Carti video on YouTube. So if you like Cardi and that interests you, then watch that after this. It's a long video though.
Her lips graze my facial hair. I think I will make a one.
McLaren Drive. Rumored to have been attended for a Naruto date in London, a lost era that was supposed to be a love album compiled of songs for Ali Lottie. I've listened to a lot of the concept albums on stream, and a Naruto date in London might be my favorite. And I'm not even a romantic dude, okay? A lot of the credit for this song has to go to Nick Mira. Juice and him were the ultimate rapper and producer duo back in the day, including classics like Lucid Dreams, Robbery, Lean With Me, Bandit, Righteous, and All Girls Are the Same. While we don't really hear much about Nick Mira anymore, I'm sure he's doing just fine with a catalog like that. McLaren Drive was in fact previewed by Juice. I also love how all the cover arts imitate what he's wearing in the snippets. I know it's a small thing, but it's something I love about the community. Obsessed. Not much to say, it's really just about love and anxiety.
Where you at? Hey, run it back. Bake in the sack.
Don't Care or Junkie. First previewed by Little Bibby's older brother G Money.
Where you at? Hey,
then previewed by Ali Lottie. Which eventually led to Juice singing the lyrics on his Instagram story.
I found out I was a junkie, but she don't care, so I'ma just keep on getting this money. Shit, I don't care if she don't care, just keep them perkies coming.
The hook explains that his mom figures he's a drug addict, but it doesn't seem to faze her because of how much money her son is bringing in.
Marijuana. Walkers with me, so we brought the code.
Molly and Mike, named after the 2010 sitcom Molly and Mike. I honestly think the first verse could have also worked as the hook.
Living life so high that I almost died.
It was rumored as an Outsiders tracklist song despite being an early leak. Overall, it's one of Juice's most catchy hooks. I love it when he has ad-libs as one of the main elements of the chorus. This was once previewed by Starfire.
Work for 3 days now, I don't wanna go.
Push Me Away, a real drowsy in your feels track. Seeing some Affliction inspo here. My favorite part is when Juice says he feels like a burden.
You got me feeling like a burden. That's why my words keep.
I actually love that part so much. Push Me Away had one preview from Juice's Snapchat story.
Close to you, just for you to push me away. Heartbreak, I don't even go for. Wonder why I left. I was getting tired of all the stressing, unable.
Had to or stabbed you. I can see why this had become such a fan favorite for a lot of people, which is followed from 2 previews on Instagram Live by Juice. He even sang part of it on his story.
Little soul of mine, won't let it get intertwined. I can't let anybody have my soul. If you had it, give it back.
So he clearly had some interest in releasing it.
Hey, I'm a big dog, I roof.
Stuck in My Ways. Juice originally freestyled over this instrumental on Chris Long's YouTube channel and found the hook while he was freestyling.
My ways, yeah, stuck in my ways. That's it, pull that up.
His friends saw the potential and convinced him to record that hook in the actual song.
Oh, he has it, cool.
Stuck in my way. That first little take that you're doing, that was all money. Yeah.
Bro, can we locking in all night?
Fuck it. Might as well.
I'm here.
Fuck it.
I'm not going any fucking where.
Stuck in my ways. Stuck in my ways is hard.
Damn, that shit just, wow, I'm high now, okay.
In the track, you can hear Juice clapping his hands and tapping the table with a rhythm in the background of some parts. Which is a small thing I really like.
I'm falling apart, no, I can't keep it together.
Hypnotic. One of the simplest Juice WRLD songs you'll ever hear. The song was previewed multiple times by people close to Juice. Even Starfire previewed it.
Love is not fair. Love is not fair. Cross my curse heart.
Don't Play or Cursed Heart. The song was huge on TikTok and YouTube under the name Die With You. One upload alone has over 1 million views. I also like that there's no mentions of drugs in here. It's just a genuine love song, which honestly makes it even better.
Another man, I don't got time for a hoe, I got a girlfriend.
Your Loss. Even though it's in the 40s, Your Loss is still one of the most replayable leaks, which is another great song about Starfire. You left me in the dust, so it's bitch fuck you. That kind of feels like a callback to the original name of Goodbye and Good Riddance, which was supposed to be called Fuck You Bella before the switch. Juice previewed Your Loss on his Snapchat story in March of 2018.
Live a lie, live a lie, live a lie. You ain't love me, you would rather me crucified. You're out in the morning again, it's the morning again.
Morning Again. I love the cover art known for this leak. One thing I've always admired about Juice WRLD's community is just how much effort people put into making artwork for his unreleased music. This cover art was made by Skylar, who's probably my favorite cover artist in the community. Now, since I used to make cover art before I did YouTube, I want to make sure those artists get their credit. So if you want to know more about some of the artists, I'm linking all their Instagrams in the description below. Morning Again was previewed twice by Juice via Instagram Live. When the Chainsmokers, yes, the Chainsmokers, they're the ones who actually produce Morning Again, the artist Alex Paul from the duo went on TikTok to explain how someone was trying to hack into their laptop so they could acquire this song as well as 2 others being Sugarfish and Lobster Pizza. 2 songs that may or may not be in my ranking.
Alright.
this is what he's gonna get. I'm gonna rename it. All right. Share.
But of course, this song was leaked entirely in 2024 from being traded so many times.
You know I got that fire, I can send you straight to hell. I can make it sell.
Make It Sell. It's hard to find leaks more iconic than Make It Sell, which makes sense because it leaked a month after Goodbye and Good Riddance release.
Christmas list, AK-47 on my Christmas list.
Xmas list. Unexpected to hear some Cowboy Juice over a Christmas song. The opening line, all I want for Christmas is some gold teeth. After Juice's passing, his mother shared a photo of her and her son Jared. She stated, when Jared was in high school, he attempted to have grills, not in my presence, and I would always throw them out because I didn't want him wearing them. Jared and I were reminiscing when I was visiting him, and I told him I would always throw his grills away whenever I saw them. He was a little upset about it, but I told him that I was just being a mom. That means get over it. He intentionally took a picture with me with the grills in his mouth. Just being a mom, I let Jared have that one. Juice and his mother, Carmela Wallace, shared a very close and open relationship. As a single mother, she was deeply involved in his life, supporting his early musical aspirations and engaging in honest conversations about mental health through struggles and addictions. Juice has another lyric, AK-47 on my Christmas list. Now, Juice didn't have any legally registered firearms in his name. However, he loved shooting at firing ranges.
Blow that shit dead, bro.
Any firearms that were ever on him were registered to his security. Really love how fun the lyrics are here. It even mentions him being in the Wild West and doing wheelies on dirt bikes. It's a nice change of pace. Xmas list was previewed once by Ali.
Christmas list, bitch tried to rob me, had to dump my clothes. I wanna go there with her, that little bitch, you know.
Quitter, my most anticipated Juice leak of all time. Definitely a case of snippet syndrome because I like the snippet version back in the day rather than the full leak.
Quitter, that little bitch, you know, guy, woman, I don't.
But that's kind of what happens when you listen to a snippet over and over again. The sample of the song dates back to 2008 from Jang Yoon Ju called Fly Away. Through a Fit. Nuketown Part 2 clearly sounds like the lead single that would have kicked off the Evil Twins collab album with Ski Mask. Ski explained the name came from how similar but also completely different the two were.
To be completely honest, we're most likely both the evil twin at some points though. We're both really nice, but then we're both evil
at the same
damn time.
It would have been Juice's best collab project if it was finished. And that's something I truly don't think a lot of fans will disagree with either. There was one snippet before it leaked showing Juice on FaceTime with Ski.
You can't find my bitch, yo. You can't find me. Tell us that we ain't special. Chip on my shoulder for that one.
Rose Petals or Meadows. I always appreciate songs where Juice reflects on how far he's come. To me, this doesn't sound like a Goodbye and Good Riddance era song. Really, I thought it was an Outsiders era leak, but the line, ever been killed in the meadow, is likely referring to the game Red Dead Redemption 2 with the map Scarlet Meadows. Juice played Red Dead while on tour and was overall a huge fan of the franchise.
I got an hour to play this game.
You got an hour to play this game. I got an hour to play this hour, KK. Jesus Christ. Bitch.
Fuck ass nigga.
Okay, not all that.
This is likely what inspired his cowboy persona through his unreleased. He even has a song called Red Dead Redemption, which may or may not be in this ranking somewhere. Outside of that, Juice also loved games like the GTA franchise, Twisted Metal, which inspired the Death Race for Love album cover, and the Skate franchise.
Damn.
I love
I had that shit for PSP,
with the
bro.
clown.
Yeah. My favorite, all the Tony Hawk Pro Skaters.
Yeah.
American Wasteland.
Skate 2.
Skate. You won't fuck with 3?
No.
Damn, bro. The whole Skate series was wrong, but damn, you.
Ali previewed Rose Petals about 1 month before he passed.
Tell us that we ain't special. Chip on my shoulder for that one. Back at home, now I'm living drowsy. I'm in love with downers.
Lemon Glow. Hearing Juice on a beat like this sounds so crazy, especially considering how popular this type of production is today. The newly popular rapper Shay even rapped on this beat for his album Rest in Bass. I personally love both songs. I listen to both of them for different reasons. I like to think that every fan base has their flaws, and I truly do think that the one issue with Juice's fan base is that they're sometimes way too closed off on other artists. I got backlash just for liking The Weeknd more than Juice. And Shay even got hate for using the same beat pack, even though that's just how producers send beats around. And there's no guarantee he even knew Juice had recorded on it. More recently, Kodak Black got attacked because one of his songs used the same instrumental as the Juice Leak Anxiety, a track that did not make my list. People attacked Kodak, called him garbage, saying that he can never be like Juice, but I just know it was not intentional. It's just a small issue with the community, but people don't realize that's just how the music industry works. Bloody Blade. Juice actually told Takashi Murakami himself that he wanted Bloody Blade to be the intro for his anime. So he played Bloody Blade as well as Rental and Underworld. Two leaks that, again, may or may not still be in my ranking. Takashi Murakami is a very famous Japanese artist who even made the album cover for The Party Never Ends, which I've had my opinions about. Juice imagined a horror-inspired anime centered around demons and angels. And interestingly, he didn't even want to be a main character. He wanted to be one of the villains or even a side character.
There's humans and then there's antis. And the anti is some type of, you know, half demon or half beast, you know, different. There's good ones and there's bad ones, and you know, they coexist. It's good versus evil, pretty much. Wanted to be
like you yourself?
Yeah, I was gonna be in there, but either I was gonna be like the villain or somebody that gets killed off like early as hell, like in the first episode, like just to piss people off. But like I don't really want to be in it though like that. Like I just wanted to like I said, if I want to be in it, it's either gonna be, I want it to be different. You know when people usually design an anime or a movie or whatever, they make themselves like the main character. Like I want it to maybe be like the villain or like, you know, just a different role, just to shake things up a little bit.
Even though the anime never became a reality, you can definitely see a lot of those ideas carried into a lot of his animated music videos after his passing. Animal. Just like Bloody Blade, the hook is insanely repetitive. When I first made my tier list, Animal was probably the most controversial placement I had because I put it in perfect. People were saying that my list was already invalid for that reason. Fuck them though, because I love this song and I'm sure a lot of you do too.
There is people that say this song is overrated, and I get where they're coming from because the hook, right? I'm not one of those people though. The question is, I know it's literally the hook, verse, hook. I don't know if I want to put it in perfect though. I genuinely think that this song's better than probably all the songs right here. Nah, fuck you guys. It's my list, okay? I personally really love this song and I never got tired of it, so I'm gonna put it in perfect for that reason because I've never gotten tired of the song. So, and if you disagree, then you can fuck off. All right.
While it's a short song, this honestly has one of my favorite Juice verses ever. It even sounds like Juice is growling at the mic at the start of the verse. The only snippets of this were from his manager, Bibby. And there's also a version with Chris Brown and Joyner Lucas. Yeah, that's definitely out there. We do not listen to that. 999 or Alkaline. 999 is Juice's ode to living a more positive lifestyle. He defined it as a way of flipping a negative situation, defined by the satanic 666, and turning it into something positive. The number became part of almost everything he did, even appearing in the phone number he publicly shared on his Instagram bio. And like many, I even have a 999 tattoo on my forearm, dedicated to Juice with some Naruto inspiration, which is one of Juice's favorite anime. Other than Naruto, he's talked publicly of all the anime he's loved over the years.
He's probably more of the anime person than me.
Oh yeah, Dragon Ball Z, Tokyo Ghoul, fucking One Piece, fucking.
I'm more of a cartoon person.
My Hero
like
Academia.
Ed and Eddie.
That's that shit. Fuck with Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Camp Lazlo, of course.
Avatar
cartoon.
That's fake anime, I guess.
Chase the Dragon was actually previewed in the Abyss documentary in December of 2021, right after Fighting Demons release, which was a documentary dedicated to Juice WRLD.
My head fucked up, bro. Fuck.
In my opinion, the documentaries for Peep, X, and Juice were all done so poorly. Peep's documentary focused almost entirely on his early life and handled his death so badly. X's documentary was horrible, basically just spent the whole time talking about his legal troubles. And Juice's, while probably the strongest out of the three, it still skipped over a lot of the important moments before his mainstream success and really was a documentary of his life in 2019. Chase the Dragon was about making the most out of life, and he even mentions his father, Carl Higgins, who passed away a few months before Juice passed. This song was dedicated to him. There's even been footage of him recording this in a hotel they made into a studio while on tour.
I love you for making me, you made a legend. I got my hand on my Ruger. I got my hand on my Ruger.
Money Hunt. A leak I don't expect many people to be that crazy of a fan of, but it's always been one of my personal favorites. Also, I can't be the only one who hears him saying Ice Spice in this part. This track does have a version with a feature, but it's some bullshit. I highly recommend the original. Do not listen to that.
Girl, this is forever. Girl, this is forever love.
Forever Love. The second track on my list being called Forever, with 4 in total, one of them being Release. This one is a beautiful love song dedicated to Ali, who obviously previewed it before and after he passed.
Girl, this is forever. Girl, this is forever love. Pills on the empty stomach. It's like getting fucked up with the devil.
Underworld. Another song that was speculated to be on the Outsiders track list despite being from Goodbye and Good Riddance. In the track, he talks about his love for a girl who's demonic and how she's drawing pentagrams and seeing the number 666 in her room. Juice WRLD is of course silly and doesn't shy away from her, but instead accepts it with fate of drug abuse and eventual death. He also uses the line, "Yeah, I'm getting higher and higher, pill pop shorty, I do not need a lighter," which is an almost word for word bar on another Leak song called Higher.
Pill pop shorty, I do not need a lie.
Which did not make my top 100. Juice often recycled bars and referred to older songs throughout his music, mainly because of the way he recorded. He used a method called punch in while recording. It's a strategy where he didn't have to write anything down whatsoever, resulting in him being able to make music very quickly.
My relationship with Cupid don't never work. Oh, for no, and come on. This shit don't ever work. My heart cold.
The only known preview of Underworld came about when he was talking to Takashi Murakami.
How come you hold me close? That song was pretty much just about your vices and the fight you have with good and evil. And the devil and the angel on your shoulder, and the devil winning sometimes.
She got me trapping. Yeah, I hate to say it, but I fell in love again.
I Hate Her Friends. This was originally planned to be released with a music video instead of Armed and Dangerous. However, Juice and Cole swapped it last minute, choosing Armed and Dangerous to release instead. Yes, they made the right choice because Armed and Dangerous is one of his best songs. Unknown by many, this was in fact dropped under an EP titled Whatever They Already Leaked by the producer, but it's now been deleted and no one really knows about this. It's a leak, everybody knows it as a leak, so I'm including it. Call Me Whenever. The original IG snippet was in my rotation for years. So finally hearing the full song was very exciting. At one point, Call Me Whenever was rumored to have been released as part of the Pre-Party 3, which was supposed to be with All Girls Are the Same 2 and the track Off the Rip, which is a leak that did not make my top 100, but is loved by many. Throughout the song, Juice reflects on a toxic relationship while still admitting he wants her back despite everything. There's even a lyric that calls back to lucid dreams. Juice also comments of how he wants to shout out his fans that are constantly concerned about him in his comments.
I know you worried. In my Instagram comments asking who hurt me.
Yo, what the fuck? What the fuck? Yo, what's good, chat? Yo, I'll explain what we're doing. I am going to be the first person that listens and ranks every single Juice WRLD leak. What is good, y'all? I have been here for 7 days, 7-hour streams daily. This is how much we have listened to. We have heard so much bullshit. Bro, we're listening to Call Me Whenever, bro. It feels like a celebration because, guys, we're finishing this today on day 7. Yesterday, I literally did a 10-hour stream. It's been unreal. Jack and Jill, love the fun vibes to this song. Insane replay value for me. And Juice's manager previewed the track as well, including multiple of Juice's friends a year before it leaked.
He just know Jill. I'm taking Jill. I rich off of freestyles and half of a written. Really shit I never wrote.
Moolah, such a soft track with him reminiscing on life. The line, yeah, Moolah, all baguette, AP Jula. Juice owns some insane watches, including this famous $235,000 chandelier AP, a two-tone skeleton AP.
Skeleton AP. There's no two-tone skeleton AP. That they don't make those. I was gonna buy a bust down white diamond, a bust down rose gold, and have somebody take out the parts and it'd be a two-tone skeleton AP.
Yeah.
I'd be the only motherfucker to have it.
Yeah.
That shit would look raw plain Jane, bro. That would look raw plain Jane.
The two-tone skull.
And finally, the Royal Oak Offshore AP called Volcano, estimated at $70,000 to $120,000. Juice had a pretty expensive collection in jewelry, but Moolah was leaked 2 weeks after the leak war against the infamous Juice WRLD leaker Googly, who was known in the community for having some of the best leaks before later being known as a scammer. He was allegedly buying the leaks off producer Max Lord. DJ Scheme even voiced his opinions about Googly and Max Lord on a live stream.
Is Max Lord Googly? I don't know, and if it is, that would be hilarious because we've gone at it.
So
and he's my friend, so it would be actually really funny if he was.
That'd be like the greatest closure to the Juice community of all time.
Ever. Right?
And if I don't got it, I'm finna go get it and flip that shit just for some profit. Yeah.
24 Hours has a tad bit of Lemon Glow vibes to it. The song was first played by Juice during a sound check. And since the preview, there's been a lot of videos of Juice dancing and singing to it. Now, I had this song originally in amazing instead of perfect, and my chat was losing their mind on the placement. A lot of you guys know that I hardly get peer pressured in changing my opinions, but after countless re-listens, they were right. I truly do think this is one of his best leaks. I'm listening to it all the time now.
Trapped inside my bed, evil thoughts inside my head.
Sleep Paralysis was on repeat for years. The title is clear what the song's about. Juice goes into detail of the feeling of sleep paralysis, even comparing the demon to a girl. It's a fan favorite for the people that like more of his darker songs mixed with him being melodic, because I actually know some Juice fans that have this as their number one. Juice previewed Sleep Paralysis once on his Instagram story. K Like a Russian, one of Juice WRLD's most loved unreleased hype tracks from 2019. Known for its insanely catchy flow and entertaining one-liners, the song became a huge grail in the community after being previewed as a snippet, and fans still praise it for how fun and effortless Juice sounded throughout the entire track. And the track was in fact previewed twice from Juice's friends.
Bitch, I'm winning, man. What is y'all doing?
I'm finna run it up, I'm finna run it up. myself, but I got that cream. Like DJ Khaled.
Vegetarians. The most known cover art for this has Juice drawn with multiple bags of Popeyes, which is ironic because the name is called Vegetarians, which had to be accurate to his eating habits. I mean, I love Popeyes too. The track features some incredibly clever lyrics, like took a limitless pill, that's a perk, don't forget, yeah, which refers to a 2011 movie called Limitless, where the main character gets his hands on a pill that unlocks his mind and drastically changes his brain, allowing him to accomplish anything he sets his mind to. Something that Juice would tell his fans all the time at his shows.
You could do whatever the fuck you want to do in this life. Go out there, put in the work and do that shit. Anybody that's not encouraged you to do what you want to do in this life, all you gotta do is just pull them to the side politely and be like, bitch, suck my dick. I've been on my own shit for so damn long. Niggas try
TikTok or In the Air. They think I'm soft because I make sad songs. Again, really wish Juice released an album that wasn't centered around love, drugs, or heartbreak. I know a lot of these upbeat songs still have lyrics about drugs, but still. The song was previewed a few times by Juice's friends shortly after being recorded.
Hey, it's my world. Hey, it's your bitch. Where's my girl? Would like her as a friend. I will fuck again. Get my dick sucked.
Benji. Juice doesn't have that many songs where he isn't heartbroken or in love, so I like that this is more about the thought life. His girlfriend Ali has talked before how he never really enjoyed being single and the overall thought life of being around women.
He could not be single if his life depended on it. Everyone's like, all right, yeah, let's fuck this thought, this, that. He's like, well, me, I want to be high, I'm chilling, I'm going to drink, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I can't be comfortable being like that, and I don't trust these bitches. She could take my chain, she could take my money, she could call her people up here, Like he's from Chicago. He's not stupid.
I personally really like these type of songs. It's kind of a confidence thing coming from Juice of him not caring. As a lot of you know, I love this song Golden X Getaway. It's one of my favorite Juice WRLD songs ever. It even moved up in my Redux. So hearing Juice rap about loving the money instead of being in love with a girl is a nice change of pace. This was actually my first time hearing this leak on stream, so maybe there is some recent bias, but I absolutely loved it. Juice has a line, I'm in a Tesla, off a Tesla, I never gave a fuck, which is a double entendre referring both to the car and Tesla ecstasy pills that were popular during that time.
Shooting too accurate when I pull up swerving inside the motherfucking neck.
Challenger or Iron on Me. I mean, this might be Juice WRLD's hardest unreleased rap performance. Fans love this song for its insane energy and like the non-stop flow switches on it. I see some people compare its energy to a song like Carry It, which is a leak that barely scraped my top 100, sorry. But Challenger shares the same instrumental as a currently unleaked song called Racks, which Juice previewed.
Slap Jesus,
And yes, Challenger was also previewed by Juice's friends.
Norway to French love.
Shoot For You. Even though Vault claimed this is a Goodbye and Good Riddance leak, snippets actually date all the way back to mid-2017. There was even an Instagram live preview with just 20 viewers.
Run up them pants, love. Shoot for love. Don't care if you're ready or not, cause I'm done. I didn't have enough.
I absolutely loved hearing this for the first time. I don't know if other people are big on this track, but I haven't heard much of the community talk about it. Shoot For You does have a version with a feature, but do not listen to that version. It sucks.
Just bring my baby. Comparing your size. I see the truth in your
Dark Queen. What a beautiful beat by Mega Beats. Although I don't think the lyric "she fucks me on the electric chair" sounds very comfortable. There was only one known snippet before the track leaked.
She fucks me on the electric chair. Death penalties, death melodies. With the fresh air, I can breathe. But baby, when you're not here.
Fresh Air, or Bel Air. Leaked earlier this year after the Party Never Ends Discord server got nuked in spite of Googly, the most infamous Juice WRLD leaker in the community. If you're curious what happened, the Party Never Ends Discord server documented all of it. This song, Fresh Air, leaked alongside 30 other songs. This was a huge deal, considering Fresh Air was one of the most popular snippets from fans. And years after the snippet, Googly was seen watching Breaking Bad with it in the background. This is widely known as one of Juice's best love songs.
Riding around town like a cowboy.
Red Dead Redemption, easily the best cowboy Juice song. I truly don't think you have an argument for another track, but I'd love to hear it in the comments if you disagree, because I'm gonna disagree back. Juice recorded this alongside the release Sometimes, previewing them both on Instagram Live. There's also a snippet of Juice wearing a fedora on a boat. I would like to note that this top 15 is to the point where it's not just my favorite Juice WRLD leaks of all time, but some of my favorite songs by Juice WRLD in general.
What if I'm wrong? I don't give a fuck about what.
Sugarfish. Yes, the Chainsmokers verse was perfect too and was much needed. This is one of Juice's best love songs, describing the journey with his girl that it's just begun. After some researching, I couldn't find exactly why the song is titled the way it is. However, Sugarfish is a sushi restaurant that has 18 total locations around the LA area, which is where the song was recorded. I'd assume it's like the first date location with a girl, but I'm not entirely sure.
Back to the main focus. I think that you're gorgeous.
Starstruck. Yeah, this is one of the most iconic leaks while he was alive. How it didn't release, I have no idea.
Stock and Rick Owen collab. The song that he made about me, he talks about getting me these shoes. It's so cute.
The song is about Starfire and was voted the third most requested song for The Party Never Ends, making it the second highest ranked song that's fully leaked, behind Rental, which may or may not be in my top 15. The fan voting really didn't seem to do anything for the final album, but Starstruck was previewed twice, once by Juice and once by Starfire. There's also a feature with Mark Hoppus from Blink-182, though it's not any good.
I'm right back in your room tonight. I can't escape your shadow.
I truly do think you have an argument for Starstruck being even higher. It's just so iconic.
Yeah, you're down the ride, Bonnie and Clyde.
Bonnie and Clyde. Once, this was my favorite Juice WRLD leak of all time. I've listened to it so many times over and over that I actually started liking some other songs a little more, just for how much I used to replay it. Unknown to many, this was actually released on Juice's 999 EP, but was later removed. The only preview came from Starfire. However, Juice said in a now deleted tweet, "We forever Bonnie and Clyde," just giving a peek on what I'm working on. Don't know if it'll ever drop though, LOL.
It's getting hot in here. Won't you take off your clothes?
Pesos. I don't think this is a real popular leak, but man, bro, like I actually love this song. It was previewed during the same time as the release song She's the One. I think you can tell that I'm starting to be biased towards these confident Juice WRLD songs of him rapping about hoes. Before I get into my top 10, I have one of the most active Discord servers in the hip-hop YouTube space. It's the easiest way to contact me because often I'm just chilling in the voice calls working on my videos, so you can always just come and talk to me. I also started a media page where I post hip-hop journalism content, so be sure to check that out. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already if you're enjoying the video. Let's get back to it.
I found out that love was a drug.
Plug, or Love is a Drug. Some people actually know this song as Lucid Dreams Part 2 because it shares similar lyrics. The layers of vocals through the song makes it so addictive to listen to, with the first verse of the song being my favorite.
I'm a letter man. Ooh, bad hoes, I'm a letter man.
Plug was previewed once via Instagram Live. Hourglass. One of the biggest grails finally leaked earlier this year alongside songs like Not My Fault, Moolah, Pokemon, Robin Scam, Benji, and many more. So of course, Juice had previewed this song as well. It's very sad because the lyrics are very heartbreaking, with lines like, looking at my watch, running out of time, sand in the hourglass, bottom of the line. It's very upsetting because he's talking about how everything is going exactly how it's supposed to be, but he's still having the demons there, thinking his time's running out.
Oh, your heart may tear, don't be scared.
Perkaholic. Just like Bonnie and Clyde, there was a point where Perkaholic was my favorite Juice WRLD leak of all time. While it follows a general theme about drugs and love, it's so damn catchy and it's very fun to sing along in the car to. The second verse is my favorite.
Don't be scared, I don't fear no one, paranoid.
There's a part of me that wants to put this song in the top 5, but I think this placement is okay. Perkaholic was previewed just once.
Juice, man.
Gave Her All of Me explores the pain of a toxic breakup, detailing how he gave everything physically, mentally, and spiritually to a woman, only for the relationship to leave him heartbroken and completely broken afterwards. The song surfaced alongside many other tracks in July of 2018. Gave Her All of Me was later re-recorded over a new beat called Another Place. A leak that I really don't care too much for, even though a lot of people love it. Bottle. When I did my first Juice WRLD memorial concert, many people were holding up phones with songs written. I had to tell everyone that we already made the set list, but as I was saying that, someone was actually holding up the song Bottle, which was the next song we were about to play.
A lot of signs, a lot of you don't play, but we're gonna play the last song right there if you never been looking for bro. We'll play Bottle. If you're not Russians, then we can play with them. Let's get it. All the songs stage with me. I'm sorry if they go in the future, but this year Ryan Guerrero's been turned up the entire night. He wants Bottle. That's his favorite song. So we're going to say it.
There's also a version that is easy to find on YouTube that is a scrap song of the session. Many people like to call it Bottle OG, which has a version that has over 1 million views. Bottle has long been considered one of his most popular and most beloved leaks. The track was rumored to have been made after he drank a whole bottle of liquor, being Hennessy, which can be seen in the snippet.
Invite your best friend over.
Juice really liked Hennessy. That's kind of why I drew it in this video. My favorite part is the second verse and the chorus. It seems like he was laughing, which makes it all that more enjoyable hearing him have fun. There was countless snippets of this track, with a lot of them having Juice dancing, having a good time, showing how much he loved this song. It's so iconic. It gotta be in at least a lot of people's top 25s. Rental. Yeah, I'm sure you were waiting for it. Rental might be Juice WRLD's most iconic leak of all time, though many think it's overrated for that reason. Rental was apparently also known as Cha-Ching and originally titled K, after the anime K project, which was used as the sample. During my 7-day leak marathon, we streamed for 7 to 10 hours every day to listen to every leak. So when we finally got to Rental, it felt like a celebration for just how far we had gotten in the marathon.
I think some of you might know this next song, guys. This next song is Death Race for Love era. You guys know the song. Let's get it.
Rental being played was the highest my viewers peaked since the Memorial concert at 153 live viewers. It was a crazy moment. Some of the lyrics are wild, some real freaky shit, but then there's a lot of fun one-liners throughout the track. Rental was recently cleared for release according to trustworthy Instagram pages. It could possibly be for the deluxe of The Party Never Ends if that ever drops. Either way, I'm confident the song will drop officially someday. The most known cover art comes from the day Juice went paintballing with friends, including FaZe Adapt. The purple hoodie he wore that day was a one-of-one custom piece. Recently, the page Rare Juice WRLD merch recreated a few designs. It's a collector's piece, but they're actually sending me one of the designs for the LA Memorial concert. If you have any interest coming to one of the concerts or just overall meeting me, we'll also be doing Orlando and Texas later this year, and future dates and info will be available in the future. It's important we honor Juice in the right way and to make sure that everybody has a great time. That's what's important. So it's definitely worth attending. Fuck You or Dumb Slut. A lot of people that have been following me know that I love this song, even though not a lot of people like it, but I've said it twice already. But just like Bonnie and Clyde and Perkaholic, there was a point that Dumb Slut was my favorite Juice leak of all time. In my original ranking, I described it as a mixture of the song Golden X Getaway and Robbery, but there's a song called Dumb Slut and it's a mix of Golden Getaway and Robbery. I really recommend listening. Two songs that are now in my top 10 release. So clearly, yes, I love this song. It's still my favorite Juice leak to sing in the car out of any leak. And I truly don't think it gets much love from the community that I think it deserves. It's truly worth listening to.
Rockstar lifestyle might not make it.
Lobster Pizza, one of the more mysterious Chainsmokers collaborations, recorded in September of 2018 alongside Sugarfish and Lemon Glow. Nobody even knew the song existed until Alex from the Chainsmokers accidentally revealed a folder containing unreleased Juice WRLD collaborations. Unlike the others, Lobster Pizza had never been previewed, instantly making it one of the community's biggest mysteries. The track finally surfaced in October 2023 alongside Lemon Glow, Sugarfish, and Gorgeous. Lyrically, Lobster Pizza leans heavily into the emotional isolation, like running away from problems, I can't help it.
Running away from problems, I can't help it, but I guess I'm getting better at the end of the day.
The chorus repeats almost like a loop in Juice's head, making the song feel emotionally exhausting for Juice. One of the saddest moments comes when Juice admits he needs a helping hand.
I'm looking for answers, I can use a helping hand. I don't wanna talk to nobody, talk to Perkins.
Explaining that his rockstar lifestyle might not let him live further. He then says the people around him say it's not that bad as he's singing his heart out.
Telling me it's not that bad. It's that bad. It's that bad.
Saying that it is, in fact, that bad. Overall, it's a short song and it's very sad, but it's very good at the same time. It's a dreamy instrumental from the Chainsmokers, who likely were the inspo for the song title, because a lot of beat names do in fact just be the title of some tracks, but the song samples Wasted by Gucci Mane, although it's very hard to hear.
She an angel with them devil horns, yeah, devil horns, yeah.
Devil horns, the best example of what I like to call dry voice Juice. I absolutely love this style of mixing. Juice previewed the song during the same Instagram live as Already Dead.
I gotta have a brief intermission because people like to screen record my.
The song centers around toxic love, regret, and addiction. The line, "she an angel with them devil horns," is describing a girl who feels both comforting and destructive at the same time. My favorite moment is when Juice suddenly switches into a much faster flow during the second verse.
Watch as she goes, as I come too close to my overdose.
The contrast between that and the softer guitar loop afterwards makes the song hit even harder. It was also rumored to have been considered for Legends Never Die before being cut. Devil Horns is really good. I actually know some people that have this song as their number one, but here we are, my number one spot.
Feeling delirious, ran out of pockets at
Better Off Alone. I kept going back and forth with my top 3, but it's gotta be Better Off Alone. It's a lengthy track, but it doesn't drag whatsoever. Every flow switch, beat change, and vocal delivery keeps it fresh from start to finish, making it extremely re-listenable and unique. Better Off Alone is a darker and more aggressive song about his drug addiction, paranoia, and emotional distress, while still keeping some comedic moments. And it's just all wrapped into one chaotic masterpiece. The only snippet came in November of 2018, with Juice casually playing basketball with his mom.
Ah, that shit would have been fire!
Which is hilarious considering how dark the lyrics actually are for the snippet, but Better Off Alone was group bought for only $750, a price fans laugh at today considering how expensive Grails eventually became. One of the most memorable lines of the song comes with, "My brother told me to describe the perfect bitch. I said Percocets." Juice was dependent on his drug usage. The crazy thing is the song doesn't even feel depressing first listen, just because of how energetic the beat and delivery is. Then you really start listening.
Demons in my head, leave me alone. I think I'll be better off alone.
That's where the loneliness starts to show,
Drugs control me like an eye in the middle of a pyramid.
which is comparing his addictions to the Illuminati's all-seeing eye, constantly watching and controlling him. Then he follows it with,
Try to understand, you will never understand.
"Broke up with the drugs, but I need a second chance. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll even take it on Dr. Phil."
That's how you know it's real. Love for real, love for real, love for real.
And unfortunately, some of Juice WRLD's greatest songs ever are the ones where he's openly crying out for help. I truly do think Better Off Alone has the most underrated flow switches ever in his entire catalog. The rapping is incredible here.
Pouring to some, shoot like the Mavericks, couple semis and a few automatics. Run up on me.
It might not be a lot of people's favorite leak, but it's my favorite leak from Juice WRLD. So what's your favorite Juice WRLD leak? Did it make my top 100? Let me know down below. If you want even more, I'll be uploading the extended top 200 exclusively for my channel members. If you're wondering where some of your favorite leaks made it on my tier list, you can find my whole list online, which will be updated with the last of his unreleased that will get leaked in the future. I'll also be uploading every stream from my 7-day marathon to an internet archive, so you can see all my reactions completely free. And if you're in the US, be sure to come to one of the Juice WRLD memorial concerts. There are 3 more this year, starting with LA on the 24th of July, then Orlando and Texas coming later this year, with the dates to be announced. Juice WRLD seriously accomplished more in just a few years than most artists do in their entire career. He was on his way to become one of the greatest artists of all time, and honestly, with everything he left behind, he already is.
On Instagram Live from heaven. Huh. I made it, y'all. I'm up here, boy. Forever.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe.